So
Okay.
basically there is a, I'm just gonna like do a little, I'm just gonna go over quickly like some of the stocks that everyone was talking about and some of people, member of the group have.
Yes.
So yeah, exactly. So there is like first of all, there is the Bitcoin that we talked about during like your previous meetings.
Hmm.
So it went up to $18,000 this week. So we don't know if it's gonna reach like the 20,000 like last time, like what it did in 2017, maybe. So like I guess it was a kind of a great move if people bought it around like the 4,000 in March. The next one was mRNA that found the vaccine with Pfizer, so they are still going up. Um, After the news, we see that there is kind of like uh, basically the stock just jumped, and I was expecting the stock to like keep on going down, but it seems that it's going back up. There is probably the same thing with Pfizer, so I don't have Pfizer right now, but it's probably something similar. Strangely, there is Novavax that is also that we're looking for the vaccine that we talked about a few months ago. They are kind of like surviving, even if they didn't find the vaccine. Finally, there is Air Canada. So Air Canada was something that a company that a lot of people were looking at when it went down to around like 16. So during a while, it was around 16. Now it's up. So I think 1 or 2 weeks ago, it went up to $20, and now might be a good thing for people looking at it long term. So today we have John basically that is gonna show us something and like talk to us about something interesting, about something that is called a trading office, and it's a way for I guess people to trade together right at the same location and things like that. So I don't want to say too much about it. So I'll just like leave John first of all introduce himself and take it from there.
Thanks, Bryce. Hey, everybody. How are you? Just wanted to thank Bryce again for giving me this opportunity to present a trading office idea. Um, could people talk in, or just are they just listening and then they ask questions if they have any questions, Bryce?
Yeah, exactly. So now there is a new function with
Uh-huh.
Google Meets. You can raise hand.
Okay.
Otherwise, if you have a question, you can write it in the chat,
Right.
or maybe at the end we're gonna leave time for people to just jump in and talk.
Sure. Well, overall, it's been crazy out there. Day trade, if you're a trader, anyways, with the EV sector running like mad right now, big plays. We have Neo, XPEV, a lot of battery plays, Blink, FCell, Energy, Craig. There's many things running, so there's a lot of opportunity. I hope you guys have been crushing it out there. If you're a day trader, if you're a swing trader, we're also in a bullish market, so it's a great time to be in the trading environment. I'd say for myself. So pretty much what I want to run through everybody is a trading office idea. I've seen many people succeed when they get together and they kind of like plan trading ideas together. Um, just trade in a group environment, right? So that's what a trading office pretty much is. It's a place where a group of 4, 5, 6 people would rent an office or an apartment building or whatever it may be. Everybody brings their own computers, laptops, your own trading software, whatever you use. You trade with your own capital. It's pretty much just throwing ideas back and forth, getting that confirmation if you see a setup, short or long, um, and just execute, man, and make some money. That's what it's all about. And the purpose of a trading office, it's a proven fact. Sorry, I'm not presenting anything. I don't have anything to present. I just want to talk to you guys about it. If you guys have any questions, reach out. So I'm just reading off a piece of paper. But the purpose, it's a proven fact that working in a group environment produces extraordinary results. Whether you're an engineer, executive at a company, day trader, brainstorming ideas together, troubleshooting all together, return massive, great results, right? So that's what a trading office is. What credentials do you need? Personally, I would prefer somebody that has at least 2 years experience in the markets, good knowledge of the markets, long and short side, very motivated and goal oriented, right? It takes a lot of work to be a trader. It's not an easy thing. If it was easy, everybody would do it, right? So just very hard motivated people, same goals, orientation, right? Like you both want to be very driven, right? Everybody wants to be driven. Does it cost anything to join an office? No, this isn't something I'm making money off of at all. I just been looking to network with some people to trade, right? Trading also gets lonely by yourself at home if you're sitting there 3, 4 hours. So it's kind of nice to talk back and forth with others instead of chat rooms all the time, right? Um, it's also good, like if you're together, let's say there's so many different chat rooms, services out there, right? So you could even split costs on that if you wanted to join Investors Underground or some chat group like that with the people that teach how to trade stocks. I'm in a couple myself right now. Have a pretty good network of traders. And personally, I've been trading for about 4 years, full time every day. I work evenings, which is really nice for me. It's my full time job. So I get to trade every day from around 8:30 to about, I usually shut it down around 12 o'clock, lunchtime, go for work, right? Um, so yeah, that's pretty much all I have to present, guys. If there's anybody that's interested or if anybody has questions, feel free to ask me something.
I would like to know like
Yeah.
how it works in terms of learning. So I guess that if you're part of a group,
Yes,
is there like a learning aspect of it as
for
well?
sure. I mean, definitely. I mean, if you're all working together, like for instance, you're always learning as a trader, right? So I mean, it's not like we're going to be trading 24/7 in the office, trade, right? There's you only take a trade when the opportunity is there. You know what I mean? So in
Mhm.
between that time, you could always be looking at charts together, analyzing charts, teaching patterns. You could even start tracking trades and doing data. You know what I mean? Because it's almost like a job at this point because you're taking the time out of your day to go somewhere, right, to a meeting place. So it's not just something you flip your computer on at home and just start trading, go to the kitchen, make something. You know what I mean? You don't get distracted. You're always going to be there. So the time you're not trading is a great time to network and learn from each other, right? Teach each other and learn from each other.
Mhm.
Right.
Okay. I assume that most of the people in an office are trading the same, maybe like are trading stocks, for instance, or like all forex or all
Yeah. So
crypto.
honestly, I've in the chat rooms I've been over the years, through networking, I've watched two groups. They were just average Joes, just starting to trade. They did their thing. They learned for 2, 3 years, and then they would team up two, three, four of them. But you got to team up with like-minded people, right? So like you can't be a short seller and I'm strictly long and you're strictly short because we're almost not fighting against each other, but you want to be like-minded, right? Kind of have the same strategy. It just builds that confirmation. You know what I mean? It's always good to
Mhm.
know the short side and long side or different strategies because I mean, I believe the market's all kind of intertwined anyways, right? It's not like
Mhm.
fine line, you know what I mean? So it
Mhm.
kind of helps to have like-minded traders, like-minded strategies, to find really good results, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. And in terms of legal, is there something related to that? Like, do we have to, for instance, create a company
You know what?
or?
I don't think you would need a company
Mhm.
because you're trading your individual account. And unless you're trading your account, I don't know if that's possible. If you could day trade a company account, I'm not too sure how that works. But I mean, for the most part, you're trading your own personal margin or
Mhm.
registered account, right?
Mhm.
Um, so it wouldn't really be a business. I wouldn't register. I don't think we need to register anything. It's just unless you've got to the
Mhm.
point where you're making really big bucks and you want to, for tax purposes, start investing in a company or something like that. But I think to
Mhm.
start off, I think it would just be straight up rent an apartment or an office, find something cheap,
Mhm.
obviously, because um, you're going to be paying it every month. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
there's obviously got to be a budget
Mhm.
for an office, and that's why I think 4 to 5, 6 people is the best because if you're splitting, there's 6 people splitting like $1,200. It's not too bad, right? A couple hundred
Mhm.
bucks a month. Yeah.
Mhm. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
good. So I guess the location is is important too, right? So
100%.
where are
That's
you
another
located?
thing. Yeah. So that's why I chose your group. I think you're based out of Toronto, correct?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, so I was hoping there would be. I'm in a couple other groups on Meetup too, trading groups in Toronto. But yeah, I would have to be somewhere. I'm in the East End. I'm in like Durham region. I'm sure there's guys in the West End, Brampton, whatever. But we'd have to, if people were interested. Obviously, if people are interested, we have to sit down, chat, and go from there,
Mhm.
right? But
Yeah.
location would definitely have to. We have to look into that too.
Okay, that makes
Yeah,
sense. So
for sure.
maybe you can talk a bit like, or if you guys have questions, let me just check actually because there is. Oh yeah, there is one question from Michelle.
Okay.
So she's asking when the group would meet.
If there were people interested in doing a trading office, we could definitely, I don't know if they would just reach out to me, Bryce, or through you. I don't know how you want to work it out, but we could definitely sit down and plan something. I know with COVID now, some people are a bit more nervous, but
Mhm.
whether it be a phone call or a Zoom call or something. Listen, I'm ready anytime myself. I've been looking for about a year anyways. I've been trying to network with people interested. And it's such
Mhm.
a niche community, right? Market, not many day traders out there, swing traders. So it's hard to find somebody, but I'm working on it. So we could meet
Yeah.
anytime, honestly. Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
So you said that ideally you would have to maybe work with like 5 to 6 people. So like, is there a limit, a max or something?
I think if you had more people, you would just need a bigger space, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, I just vision the two groups that I know of actually that there's about 3 to 6 people. One group there's three, one group there's 6 people. So I mean, that's just how I envision it because that's how they're doing it and they're doing very well, right?
Mhm.
So
Oh,
I mean,
okay. That's good.
yeah, if you had more people, you'd want a bigger office.
Mhm. Okay. So yeah, there is another one from Bill just asking about your strategy. So maybe you can like tell us a bit about like yeah, exactly like what do you usually trade and like what do you do, what type of trading you do
Sure,
would be.
I'm for the mostly long setup momentum type trader. I like attacking sectors like hot sectors like we are in right now, EV, but I like to get in early on the game on all these big names, Neo, Blink, FCell, uh, prior to the breakout, anticipating a break. Because most of these companies, you could have seen massive moves coming. The EV sector is very hot, right? Tesla obviously started the whole thing. And these charts have been setting up for quite a while. And you want to buy the breakout, but I always like buying prior to the breakout and then adding on to the breakout. So I'm pretty much long momentum. Recently, the last 3 to 4 months, I'd say I've been trying a new strategy, also long momentum swing trading strategy. I have some credentials that have been working pretty decent so far. I've been tracking that data.
Mhm.
So right now, like we spoke earlier, Bryce, I've been doing kind of 50-50 trading, 50 day trading, 50% swing trading. That's how my portfolio is kind of set up right now. But
Mhm.
for 90%, I'm long setup. I don't do much shorting. I have a registered account, so I can't really short on my account. I do some options. If I need to short,
Mhm.
I'll buy puts, but that's something I don't do too much. It's just something I kind of play around with,
Mhm.
right? Yeah,
Mhm. Okay.
yeah.
There is one from Adrian. Do we need a risk management team if we start a trading office?
I don't think you need a risk management team. I think yourself, you guys would be your own kind of coaches and help each other because risk management, number one, that's your number one thing with trading, right? If you don't have risk management, you're not going to have an account in a couple of years. You know what I mean? So risk management, you kind of work together. You work on something that works for your account, for your some people are more aggressive out. Obviously, some people have a higher risk tolerance. Some people have a lower risk tolerance, more conservative, right? So you'd
Mhm.
help each other out for there, but definitely you would want to place a set of rules, right? With trading, you always want a set of rules, and you got to follow those rules, or else you're
Mhm.
pretty much going to the casino, right? If you don't have rules and you don't follow your rules, you're just kind of gambling at that point,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right. So that seems really
yeah,
interesting, especially for the I kind of like the learning part in the sense that like all together, like it's always super great. There
yes,
is one thing also because I assume that the fact that let's say 4, 5, 6 people, we're a group now. So basically, do we have access to maybe more resources as well, and like also like kind of private information that it would be harder to have or more expensive to get?
yes, definitely. That's another thing. If you're a day trader right now, most day traders are usually subscribed to some sort of service. I'm subscribed to a couple services out there that I'm willing to just obviously I can't share my password and stuff, but
Hmm.
I envision I have it running on one of my computers, right? So we'd all kind of share that information.
Hmm.
Or if people would be interested in joining another subscription and splitting the cost of that, that too, right? I believe networking is number one in trading. Like if you don't have a good network, so you can still do it. I'm not saying you can't trade. It's just a lot harder, right?
Hmm.
Over the years, I built an amazing network. I'm very happy with who I trade with,
Hmm.
who I get trade ideas and stuff like that, right? It's not an alert service or anything like that, but they give really good trade ideas. And with their trade ideas, you kind of learn the way they think too, right? So it's
Hmm.
just another learning avenue. But yeah, I'm willing to definitely share mine, no charge, obviously. But
Hmm.
if anybody else had anything else they wanted to bring to the table, that'd be great too, right?
Hmm.
Yeah.
There is one question from Charmaine.
Okay.
Uh, how would you recommend in your margin account for new trader working with experienced traders? So I guess it's more like a trading question, general one.
Sorry, what are they asking? How much capital do they need to have?
How much do you recommend in your margin account for new trader working with experienced?
Uh, Honestly, that all depends on your risk tolerance. Like I've seen traders start with 2,000, like $1,000 accounts.
Hmm.
Obviously, you're not going to make a lot more. It's all percentage wise, right? But I mean, I've seen guys grow tiny accounts like that into massive, massive accounts. I've seen
Hmm.
guys start with 30K. I mean, it all depends on what you're okay. Because at the end of the day, when you trade, you have to understand there is that possibility you could lose it all, right? So you don't want to go take out a massive line of credit and throw it in a margin account and trade it because at the end of the day, as you know, the stats are 90 to 95% of traders lose, right?
Hmm.
But there's massive opportunity out there. So that all depends on your risk tolerance and what you're comfortable losing at the end of the
Hmm.
day,
Yeah.
right? But again, if you have a good risk tolerance, risk management in place, I believe um, account size doesn't really matter at the end of the day,
Mhm.
right? Yeah,
Yeah. There is something I would like to add to that just because like if you're a new trader, for a new trader, I would actually like say to not use any margin.
mm-hmm.
And it's just because like margin it's risk. So like
100%.
if even if you invest in like a non-risky stock or a less risky stock, if you put margin, you put yourself at risk. So I know that Monica in the group, she likes to say like she's like paper trading. So she has been trading for I think over 10 years, but she's still paper trading. And I think that it's a good thing. So at the end, even if you don't make money, at least you don't lose money, but you can like gain knowledge, right?
For sure.
So it's better to like if you're new, probably not going with any margin and make sure that you build your strategy and from there, after that, you can start putting a little bit of margin to have better return. But yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with the margin, Bryce. I mean, like you said, even if you're playing a big companies, I've seen massive companies gap down 20, 30% overnight on bad earnings, right?
Hmm.
Or bad news, whatever it may be. And if you're margined, you could potentially lose your whole account, right?
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't recommend it unless you're very experienced.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There is one question from Adrian. So I think
Okay.
it's also more trading related. Is it possible to trade over the counter or after hours as well?
Yes, definitely. Over the counter, I do some OTCs. Tons of opportunities in OTCs. For instance, today from last week, I was in MMEDF ticker. Mind Medicine is a Canadian company. They've been experimenting with medicinal mushrooms, psilocybin, and stuff like that, right? So I think that's going to be a pretty big sector, just like the marijuana sector was pretty massive, right? I think psychedelics and medicinal mushrooms are going to be big in the future, in the very near future. Um, so yeah, definitely you could trade OTCs, uh, pre-market, aftermarket, 100%. I mean, it all depends on if you're going to stay there all day. It depends on your just your lifestyle. Like for me personally, I trade from 8:30 to about 12, just because I do have
Mhm.
another job at the moment. So I mean, if I were to do an office, I'd show up at 8:30 and I'd be gone at 12. Um,
Mhm.
I would eventually like to go full time trading, but for now, it's
Mhm.
kind of my second job, I guess. Right, I have a primary job at the moment.
Mhm.
But yeah, if you're going to stay there till 5 o'clock, you could definitely trade after hours in pre-market. Most brokers allow that.
Mhm. Okay.
Yeah,
Just another question from Adrian. Actually, do you use interaction sorry,
interactive
interactive?
brokers. Yeah, I do have an account with them, but I don't use them. Honestly, it's kind of silly considering I'm a pretty active trader, very active trader. I still trade with Quest Trade. I've always had Quest Trade, and it's just something that works for me, honestly, right? I have a Trade Zero account and I have a Interactive Brokers account. I haven't funded either one of those.
Mhm.
Um, I just honestly, I use software called TC2000 for my charting and my watch lists and all that kind of stuff, and I just
Mhm.
execute on Quest Trade. Um,
Mhm.
yeah, so yeah, I've never used interactive brokers. I've watched a couple of webinars and stuff on them just to kind of get to know their software, but I never did
Mhm.
end up funding that account.
Okay. Okay,
Yeah,
that's good.
yeah.
So, just guys, if you have any other questions, you can still write it in the chat. So now, just like with the trading office, what would be the best way to reach out to you? You're in the group, so
I am in the group. Whether they want to DM me, my phone number's in the group, right? Or is it just through WhatsApp?
I'm not sure. So basically, like your phone number is in the group, but I don't know if
Okay.
your name is associated to it. So
Okay.
yeah.
So I don't know how to do this.
So yeah, or what I can do after, I can share your number to the group.
Sure,
So
that'll work.
yeah, exactly. So if you have anything, you can just, I guess everyone can just ask you questions if they want to know more
A
about
hundred
anything.
percent. And if anybody wanted to meet up one night for a coffee or something, we can do that too. Or if we could
Mm.
do a Zoom video, whatever people prefer. If they're interested, right? Definitely.
Yeah,
If you have
there
any
was just,
questions, just shoot me up. Shoot me a message if you have a question.
yeah, there was just one question before we end it. So
Yes.
about COVID, right? So now, like you talk about trading office. So during COVID, what's gonna happen?
That's another thing. You know what? I actually networked with about four people last year, pre-COVID, at a trading boot camp we went to in Toronto, and they were all four of us wanted to do a trading office, and then COVID hit pretty bad, and they all got scared and didn't want to do it, which is understandable. Um, that's the thing with COVID right now. Again, I guess we're in code red again, but I mean, it's hard to say. I'm comfortable doing it myself. You know, you wear your face mask, whatever. It might take a couple months for things to start reopening up again. I don't know how that part of it will work. So it is kind of a nifty time, right? It all depends on how people feel about it, I guess.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. I guess this is also why Charmaine asked the question, is there a way for people to link online? So maybe
Yes.
it's related to COVID. You can tell
Yes.
me if I'm wrong, Charmaine, but yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. We could have a Zoom meeting or something if anybody's interested.
Okay, that's good. So yeah, thanks for that. Yeah,
Thank you.
thanks for your time. And what I'll do, I'm gonna share your number to the group. And oh wait, there is maybe another question here.
Yes.
So yeah, in a trading office, is it critical to get clients and trade using their money or to use your own capital?
You know what? I thought of that, and it's a great idea using others' capital. But I believe to get to that point, I think step one is a trading office. You do a trading office. You build a relationship with who you're working with. If you're successful, I mean, not everybody's going to be successful, right? I mean, some people don't clash, whatever it may be, right? But there's people that really work well together and produce amazing results. And if you could track your results and like uh, put them in some sort of spreadsheet and show the results you're getting, you could definitely try and uh, have people that have money that want to invest in you, right? You give them a return. That's definitely a possibility, but I think I've thought of that too. But I think step one would be trading office and see what kind of returns you're getting and have some stats to back you up, right? Because I don't think anybody would just give their money to somebody they don't know or
Yeah.
doesn't have any stats. You know what I mean?
Mhm. Yeah.
Definitely.
And I would also like to add that just to be careful about that, because normally it's not always, depending on where you are in the world, it's not necessarily legal to invest someone else's money. So
Okay.
unless you're licensed. So just
Okay.
something like that, just to make
Yeah,
sure.
I'm not too sure the legalities at all, but if yeah, that's
Mhm.
definitely something you'd want to look into for sure.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So yeah, another question. Still thinking of an online trading office. Would it work effectively if it's online?
Um, I think it could possibly work online, especially to start, maybe. Um, I mean, I'm texting buddies back and forth all day long, right? And I just find it be easier to be in the same group environment. I think it would work online 100%.
Hmm.
Like Discord, right? There's Discord out there right now where you could chat back and forth so you're not typing and getting distracted that way, right? But
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
definitely. I mean, that would probably be a great start.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think also like if there is something online would be great. Like just
Yeah,
like if we can maybe find a way to like just get people at the same time and people can join and like
for
uh,
sure.
yeah, exactly. So
For sure.
mhm.
Okay.
All right, that's good. So
Okay. Thanks again, Bryce. Thanks for letting me present this. Yeah, it's great to meet new traders, people that have the same goals, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would say thanks for everyone for joining. So as I said, I'm gonna put everything onto WhatsApp, so you have John's contact and you can reach out to him directly. I guess
Okay.
if you need some like help or anything, like just in the process of it, you can also like just reach out to me for anything. So yeah, thank you very much, and
Okay.
yeah, just have a great evening.
Thanks, everybody. You too.
All right.
Bye.